for third string on Battlefield of Eternity. What will be the first ban here for Cloud9? Potentially a Kel'Thas. Might want to deny the Thrall. But there's going to be the Kel'Thas. And I like that ban. Kel'Thas, a lot of comeback potential late game. But not as good on this map in the early game. And the early game kind of determines this map. Winning the immortal phases is what this is all about.
Yeah,
you can snowball a lead very early, and Kel'Thas isn't the best siege damage in this game.
We did see, though, a different Kel'Thas build on Battlefield of Eternity because of that. I'm going for auto attacks at 7 and 16, but especially 7 to help along with that. Third string, seeing the Kel'Thas ban, wanting to make sure that they can get bursty mage. They're going to pick Li Ming for their first choice.
Yeah. Really good poke, great siege damage, good survivability. But you give Cloud9 Greymane Thrall on this map. Again, Greymane Zoia. This map's all about siege damage. There's the Greymane, who has arguably the best siege damage for the Immortals. The fact that he wasn't first picked by third string is almost shocking, just because the Greymane is that good on this map. But what will be the other thing for Cloud9? Normally, I would say another damage like Thrall, but Cloud9 does have tendencies to pick comfort picks, such as Muradin.
I wonder if we'll see them go for Tyrande here. Maybe not at this pick, but in
Sylvanas
general.
actually, too, would be good here.
Yeah, you get so much more out of a battleground objective.
We've been talking a lot about Sylv. For those that don't know, we've been casting Gold League the last 4 nights at 3 a.m. Pacific. And the Chinese really are starting to favor Sylvanas, especially on a map like this. First picking it, yeah. Not going to be the case here.
Shrines.
And
oh my gosh, they're Sylvanas players on Shrines. Yeah. They're getting forts with their first Punisher. Easy forts with their first Punisher.
It's really cool to see. Not going to be the case here. Going to see the standard Thrall pick up. Still great, just for winning the Immortals themselves.
Falstad will help out with that too, and the fact that he can stay in lane longer and fly in right when the Immortal phase starts or when they're getting into a fight. And Uther as the support. As we go into our next ban phases at Cloud9, they could potentially ban a warrior. They're looking at ETC and then grab their own in the next spot. I think third string, we'll likely see them ban a support, and that support being Rhaegar. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the normal pick here.
Yeah, the normal one.
Unless they're wanting to deny King Caffeine Muradin, which isn't too bad. But then Cloud9 would just probably play Tyrael instead, so... So we'll see here. It will be the Rhaegar ban. Cloud9 with their 2 picks. What will it be? Sylvanas still on the table, as well as Muradin. Don't think they need to lock in a support here.
No, but definitely their warrior.
But knowing Cloud9 as well, we could be seeing Tyrande this game. It's going to be Tyrael Zoia. So for that last pick, I'm curious as to what it will be. And then this is just insane siege damage and insane made. This is a huge dive comp.
Yeah.
This is just the best sanctification comp you can get. These four heroes together is going to be crazy. They need a support that can keep up with them. Perhaps Karazim or Tassadar are the most likely options. Tassadar having the movement speed and the ability to phase through heroes and stuff.
Yeah, and Tyrael provides some shielding with righteousness. And with the exception of Greymane, they all have good self-sustain too, between Frostwolf Resilience, Tyrael having shielding and being fairly tanky. Zoia having self-healing too. What can third string get to combat this? That's the real question.
Well, Gust is already okay if you can Gust them. You just have to time it around the sanctification.
Johanna was my wonder if they would get her because she can condemn people away from leaving in Falstad. Lock them down with Blessed Shield.
I just got an interesting update, Gilly.
What's that?
I'm trying to confirm if it's actually 100% true, but Panda Global, which is the merger of Panda Global and Blaze, just dropped game number 1 to Hot Dogs. Burglars. I'm assuming Hot Dog Burglars, yeah.
Who is Hot Dog Burglars?
I don't know who's on the current roster. The original, I can check right now actually, but the original roster had Mad Timmy on it.
Ah.
Hot Dog Burglars is Goat, Hosty, Traitor, Boss Floss, and Protege. So
Okay.
4 players that are pretty well known in the amateur.
Yeah. Some people who've played, like Trader was on 2-Arc, Goat and Hosty have been on a team before.
Yeah.
I think
Former
they
teammates
were,
of Stray, both of them.
yeah. I think they were Wild Growth too. There's Zool.
Zul's a really interesting pickup here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. I actually really disagree with the Zul pick. Not
Why
the
is
best
that?
on Battlefield of Eternity, just because rotations from lanes aren't as important.
Mm-hmm.
But the Poison Nova can be instantly mitigated by the Sanctification if King Caffeine times it right. If King Caffeine, I mean, it goes both ways, I guess. If King Caffeine messes up the Sanctification, then Poison Nova hits 5 clumped up melee, right?
Yeah.
Because all 5 of these heroes are melee, and you know, there's sometimes an argument with like a melee like Uther where you're not going to actually be hitting. Karazim's trait requires you to auto attack people to heal.
Yeah, and
It's part of his
Cursed
kit,
Strikes
so
will
they-
slow that down
Yeah.
by 40%. It'll slow everyone down.
Yeah, so maybe I'm starting to open up more to it. Initially didn't like it. Now I'm liking it.
If someone
Nice
dives
pick.
too hard too, they can Bone Prison and hope to just like wreck them
Yeah.
with flaming.
But it's still not something Cloud9 like that you can easily sleep on here. Cloud9's got an insane amount of burst.
Mm-hmm.
The moment someone's out of position, if the Cloud9 group Death Ball is together, that person's dead. There's no saving them. The Divine Shield has to be preemptive because one combo and everyone dies.
Oh,
Oh,
this is third string is Ohio State.
nice.
Yeah, from I forgot that was their name in Dorm. But yeah, it's Ohio
Is this all
State's-
5 of them?
Yeah, the Drunk Tank, Giggles, Fenrir, Chaos Bear, and Mig. I am like 95% certain that is the full roster. That's pretty cool. I'm so pumped to see them in.
We talk about this all the time, how Heroes of
Yeah.
the Storm last year spawned multiple competitive teams. Both, you know, and multiple competitive players, Fan, Michael Udall, Akaface, all of Team Blaze, originally a dorm team. And now here, we're starting to see the 2016 dorm teams start to enter the competitive scene too, which is awesome. But guys, we're loading into game number 1, Cloud9 versus Third String. This is the round of 16. After this, it's one step closer to that qualifying spot. Let's see if they can make it. Cloud9 with a super aggressive composition here, Gilly, and they can insta-give this Immortal, basically, with this comp. There's no way that they can't contest. They have to contest Third String. They have to go and contest Cloud9.
Well, we'll see how comfortable they feel with doing that. I liked when I remember talking to this team, interviewing them before. I believe that was the round of 8 match where they did end up falling to their opponent's Yukon. Actually, I'll tell that in a second. Let's introduce our teams first. But Cloud9, oh, I have these on the wrong side completely, and it still says Butter Chicken, so I'm going to leave it to you for the introductions, friend.
On the left-hand side of the map, in the blue trunks, it is Cloud9, iDream, K1 Pro, Arthlon, King Caffeine, and Dunk Trade.
That was lovely.
And on the right-hand side of the map, in the red trunks, it's going to be Third String. It Giggles, Fenrir, Mig, the Drunk Tank, and Chaos Bear.
So yeah, I was talking to them, and they have a really cool mentality about drafting, and they were really, really analytical about their opponents, which was not always something we heard from a lot of the dorm team, just because they had a lot of new players, and it was a really cool mindset to get to hear from them. And I remember thinking at the time, like, this is a very pro way, like a professional mindset way of looking at it. And I think they had players in other games before, like potentially I think League of Legends players too. So they're well aware of this style. But there's a big push happening from Cloud9 in the bottom. They're trying to get a push of their own, but it's far favoring Cloud9 as they take down a tower.
Yeah, easy tower there. At the same time, iDream is dealing with Fenrir. Chaos Bear, Mig, and Drunk Tank do rotate down, but not time to punish them for overextensions.
Reinforce level 1 again for Johanna. Seeing that more and more from some of these teams wanting to get the block stacks, which against this composition from Cloud9 makes perfect sense. They will give up the knight takes pawn, but again, it's a game, it's a map where you are out of the lane for so long. It's not something that's absolutely necessary, you know.
Well, the Immortals are spawning here in 15 seconds, Gilly, and like I said, third string needs to contest this. They cannot let Cloud9 just siege it down. They will not win this race. Even if Zool with the attack speed slow and Joanna stalled out. The Drunk Train goes on top of the point, already having the pop Iron Skin. That's a lot of burst on the Dunk Train, actually, from Mig. K1 Pro zoning far away. Zonia late to the rotation here, already a quarter of the way down on the Immortal. Chaos Bear taking some light poke from Dream. And Cloud9 having to reposition themselves.
Okay, so they pushed Cloud9 off of Beleth, but what's the plan from here? They need to realize that Cloud9 is going back to lanes and soaking up to 4, so they have that advantage. They need to try to do the same thing, make sure that they can pick up those level 4 talents right around the same time. iDream even is just full on sieging up at the top, saying, that's fine, you can push us off of your Immortal. We'll just go and take something else. They have yet to start attacking Ilarion, just now rotating it up to do that. Mig keeping an eye on Dunk Train. We have the Drunk Tank and Dunk Train.
I know, it's messing me up. It's messing with my head so much.
Perfect.
Oral's about to have its first phase swap here, Gilly. As the top one not taking too much damage. Bone Prison going on to K1 Pro, but he's going to just be just fine. And yeah, level 4 here for both teams. Let's see what the RG is at, and it's in favor of Cloud9 right now. They're going to go for the burst onto this. The slam happens, they immediately go onto him. Look how fast this is dying in comparison. That is so much siege damage. Cloud9 going to win the first Immortal phase.
Third string did what they could to try to stop the amount of shields from being large, but still it's a very well shielded Immortal that will be pushing up into the top lane versus the structures of third string. And we're going to send iDream down to the bottom. The rest are going up top to help that along. They're not going to be going for the split push style. They know they already have softened up some of the towers a little bit. They're going to try to get just as much as they can from this and get an experienced lead as well.
A full level lead, like you said, for Cloud9. We're going to be seeing Orb build again coming out from Li Ming, which seems to be catching on here, Gilly. Really cool. People impressed with how Faye played it yesterday, which was, again, very impressive. I enjoyed watching it a lot. The damage was actually sick if you can aim it properly with the distance required. It chunks.
Wow, that is
a shield, Uther stuns, and Zul root.
Incendiary Elixir, also a big one for Grey. Cloud9 have this very great confidence in their team fighting, and this composition that they have is so aggressive. They picked up the first 4, getting that level lead to 7. We've gotten yet another talent here.
Level 7 to level 6. It's a pretty big tier here for Cloud9. As Tyrael gets that battle momentum, allowing him to shield his allies more. Cleanse on Karazim. Going to help out versus the CCs, which will be Bless Shield, Uther Stuns, and Zul Root.
Incendiary Elixir, also a big one for Greymane, as well as Concentrated Blast once he gets to 16. Third string are behind. They've lost a fort. They're losing out on some of these mercenary camps too. They check out that Zonia is at the bottom. They're actually going to try to contest those, even though they don't have level 7, solely because they are 2v1. Some of the members of Cloud9 may rotate down to try to help out iDream. And there they come.
The orb does connect. iDream fighting on the point. Fenrir does fly in, but the point does go to Cloud9 for now. Thrall taking a lot of damage. King Caffeine going to kite back. He's going to reposition himself. K1 Pro here on Tyrael pushing the top lane in with these Merc Camp. See what damage he can do.
Then the level 7 for third string is here. Full hammering build for Falstad. And that is the orb build with pickup of Zay's Vengeance.
Yes, orb build. So much fun. Lots of damage. Gank up here. And, you know, this is, as Chaos Batter, you're going to die, friend, sorry.
So I'm double checking, but I'm pretty sure that this is weaken. There are 2 different Cursed Strikes. Oh yeah, I know it's weaken because Harvest Vitality is blue.
She knows.
Weaken goes from the attack speed slow of 40% to 75%. I wondered if he was going to pick this up because they're up against 5 heroes who focus on auto attacks.
Look how fast they burned that down, by the way.
Yeah.
Again, it goes to A, show you need to be in position for when the immortals spawn. The timers are, set. I believe it's minute 45 after the last immortal die, or the pushing immortal dies. So you can, calc when it's going to be there. But iDream going from a root into a stun. Nice poke there. They're trying to hold this point as well as they can. Iron Skin pop from Joanna getting very low. Nice poke coming up from Li Ming. But with Joanna being this low, the Drug Tank coming so far forward, he might actually go down. And yeah, Chain Lightning's going to secure that kill. Another kill going over to Cloud9. K1 Pro slowly actually 1v1ing Fenrir down. Have to be very careful. iDream just on the immortal point. Yeah, and Mig is what's making this possible for them.
Exactly. It's really the only thing that they've had is that they're able to get those orbs from Mig. Another one goes down onto Bone Prison to iDream, who is at about half health. They've been able to stave off losing the immortal completely, but it's so low that eventually it will very likely get poked down, especially once Cloud9 gets to level 10. Johanna is back up, and Uther is coming back into. Li Ming can tap the well and come back in, but in that amount of time, the heroes who are here for Cloud9 secure a fully shielded immortal.
Yeah, this is huge for Cloud9, and they have their heroics with this. This could be very much game, depending on how Cloud9 plays this. We're going to be seeing Wrath of Berserker go for the throat sundering. Should be Sanctification on Tyrael, and of course, Karazim going to be going for the Divine Palm more than likely. Before this push ends up getting crazy, I do want to talk about K1 Pro on Tyrael versus Thrall played by King Caffeine. As the Sundering does nothing. Maybe someone else should have been playing Thrall Calf, because, wow.
But, so critical.
But we'll talk about why they do that later. As this push is pretty powerful here. This Immortal still has so much. Man, those orbs do so much damage.
They do. Well, we saw King Caffeine playing Thrall in their no warrior composition, so it's definitely a hero he knows. But I'm interested to hear more about that after this. Bone Prison is hit. iDream. They're trying to take somebody down, but in the meantime, getting pushed back further and further. And this is a problem. This is a full health Immortal. All of the members of Cloud9 healthy, and here they even have mana to heal and do damage. And I think this is just game.
That Sanctification's still up. They have Divine Palm up as well. Sank has been used. They're standing inside of it just to make sure they live a little bit longer. 60% on the court. Arthlon goes ahead and takes out Li Ming. Chaos Bear gonna fall. That's gonna be GG. Game number 1 in a 9-minute game. One of the fastest ones we've had for all 3 qualifiers, Gilly. Going to Cloud9. Giggles drops the...
Close. They didn't have their heroics even.
Yeah.
Man, that's the thing about Battlefield, is there's this weird spot at the second Immortal phase where if you've gotten a good lead based on team fights and what you get from the first Immortal, then you can win off of the second one, which is just nuts to get that early of a lead. Only 4 kills, 4-0, low kills, but that's all she wrote. So tell us about the Tyrael versus the Thrall then.
So I think iDream has gone on the record saying multiple times that he does not enjoy playing Thrall. Okay. We know we consistently see King Caffeine playing Thrall when they do the tankless warrior lineup. So, and Tyrael by K1 Pro. K1 Pro just really loves the hero. He's been playing him a lot in Hero League and Team League. So more of the probably an enjoyability kind of swap.
Okay.
As you know. They consistently have just been like, we don't run this hero because we don't enjoy playing him, which is weird from a competitive standpoint. But sometimes you got to have fun. It's
all about the mentality, man. You got to enjoy what you do. But guys, we're gonna take a break. We'll see you for game number 2 between not Ohio State, just third string, and Cloud9. See you guys in a bit.
Yeah, O is right.
Well, that was fast. And already, we're ready for game number 2 between Third String and Cloud9. And these guys switch sides on me again. Curses. Zoia.
Huh?
Hello. Did you have your mic muted?
Hello.
Hi.
Get going, guys.
Sorry, I was trying to talk to the teams, get stuff set up, get ready for the draft, fix the overlays. But we are about ready to go. We're going to be on Dragonshire.
Yep.
What about what's your favorite map to cast? Battlefield of Eternity is mine. Sounded like I was DJing there. What?
Battlefield of Eternity. I don't know why. Whoever's idea between the two of us it was to do both Gold League and
you.
qualifiers, they're dumb.
It was this person's idea.
Is he sure it was me? That person's an idiot. Now I know my limits, people. My favorite map to cast is Carsolo.
Okay.
I love that map. I think it's by far my favorite. I just love playing it and casting it. Guys, the draft has begun. Game number 2, Cloud9. With a 9-minute win, the fastest win we've cast this from these qualifiers. And with the first pick, first ban on Dragonshire, this means that it was Third String's map choice. And I think Dragonshire has been consistently one of Cloud9's weakest maps. Well, actually, for those statisticians out there, if that's the right word, don't know if I just made it up.
Statisticians?
Yeah, that word. Moon Prayer, D the Hunter. Or, websites like Wikipedia, Gosu Gamers. Map win rates and stuff. There probably are map win rates for teams.
That'd be awesome.
But, that are already out there. But those are definitely interesting stats to keep track of. Zol, first ban from Third String, Cloud9 denying the Zagara. Should be a first pick on Thrall here for Cloud9.
Thrall available. Kael'thas is free too. If they want to have his gravity lapse in
That is true, yeah.
with the rotations. And there he is.
Kael'thas.
Do we get Kael'haka though? That's what I want.
That's very possible.
It's
That's very
Dragonshire.
Dragonshire is his best map, and by a large amount, in my opinion. I think after I've talked to players from Naventic, my team, Cloud9, it's
I thought you just fell asleep. That was the longest space.
Anytime KO messaged me on Skype,
oh, okay.
and it's impossible for me to focus on more than one thing at a time. So if Twitch chat's going on, I've got players or admins messaging me, it's just I need the tunnel vision to get anything done.
Well, Third String are funnel visioning onto Falstad. Tunnel visioning.
Funnel visioning.
Dang it! It kind of means the same thing. They're tunnel visioning on Falstad. They picked him up 2 games in a row very early on. They're going to have Falstad as well as Thrall. So they have really good solo lane hero, good point contention, but also global presence, which we talk about a lot for Dragonshire because a lot of times when you win a team fight, especially earlier on when the respawn timers are pretty short, it takes you too long to rotate to the points to actually finally be able to control everything you need to get a Dragon Knight. But having somebody who can instantly go to one of those points and grab them can help speed that along and might make the difference between you picking up the objective or not.
Well,
there he is.
picked up here. We have the Kael'haka combo.
Nice.
We consistently see with these two heroes drag into gravity laps into dead.
That's true.
Yes, it is. Cloud9 with their next pick. Will they lock in that Uther or Rhaegar? Or are they going to go for a damage dealer? Sylvanas on the table. Sonya's up.
Yeah, they need somebody who can be up there in top lane with Thrall.
That would be Sonya.
Mm-hmm. So if they're worried about getting her banned, it would be a good ban from third string if they don't pick it up. But so would a support, and then of course getting their own in the next round of picks.
Maybe Toronto wouldn't be bad here either, from Cloud9.
Would that be Taraka? Dragon to Lunar Flare?
Taraka sounds like it'd be like... You ever play that old game Turok?
Yeah.
It's like just like a hybrid of him and a dinosaur just becoming mutants. Taraka. ETC picked up here, giving them the... I would be not too surprised if it was Stage Dive. Global presence mixed with Dahaka just means every point can be contested constantly. Help combat the false side as well. Uther going to be banned out by third string.
I wondered if they're potentially going to do like Johanna, but Li-Ming, the ban. Sorry, I just punched my microphone.
Nice it.
A lot of times we're seeing this from teams banning either Kael'thas or Li-Ming and then picking up the other one. It's kind of like the old school Jaina and Kael'thas. They're fighting over controlling those two bursty mages.
Yeah. Well, let's see here the next two picks here for third string. Uther, not going to pick because he's banned, but Rhaegar. Rhaegar's the pick.
I wouldn't have even known that you were going for that if you had not given it away.
Rhaegar going to be picked up here. Will we see the warrior lock in for third string, or are they going to want to lock in a damage like Sylvanas? Bala's very good.
I mean, surely they know that whatever warrior they want from here on out is pretty safe. With Cloud9 getting ETC and Dahaka.
There was a meta.
Triple warrior!
This was actually around the time. Yes, triple warrior.
That was a Chinese meta.
No, it was MVP Black that was doing
it. But it was Chinese meta who started it first.
Well, MVP Black's the one that made it look good. I don't care what Chinese did because it looked bad back then.
They started it though.
MVP. I don't care who starts it. Team Blaze starts a million things and none of it catches on. Doesn't mean, you know, the ones who started it make it look good.
I will mute your microphone. I have that power.
MVP Black made it look good. They would run triple warrior with Kael'thas. That was back when Flame Strike though had Ignite on it. Which was, whenever Flame Strike would connect with a hero, it would cast Living Bomb on them.
But it was on Dragonshire.
And it was on Dragonshire, yes. Yeah. So, Triple Warrior, Kael'thas has been a thing in the past. It's a bit different now, so probably not. And then we're definitely going to see it's not. It's going to be Zeratul, which I think is great.
Wasn't one of the warriors, though, like Sonya?
No, I remember one game they had ETC, Muradin, and Leo.
Oh, okay.
So it was at least one of the ones I'm recalling was full-on, you know, warriors.
All right, who's this warrior? By the way, Lunara.
Yeah, I mean, Zeratul, great pickup for both Lunara and Falstad. When you go Vorpal Blade and get the 1v1 potential, you know, can just basically solo the heroes by themselves. So I like the Zeratul pickup for both of them. Last warrior going to be a pick here for third string. Going to be Muradin. And here are our drafts. I'm curious as to... Huh.
Who's going to solo lane?
Arthalon on Dahaka?
I don't know.
Arthalon is their flex.
Can he also play ETC, though? Because Calf's Dahaka's really good.
I mean, either way, Arthalon on one of the warriors.
Yeah. Dream on Zeratul.
K1 on Kael'thas. Because Arth is technically their flex. Dream's their melee assassin. Arth is their flex. So we'll see if it's Arthalon, Dahaka, or ETC.
Who's soloing?
iDream just told me it's Arthalon on Dahaka.
Oh, okay, there we go. I see it.
Who's soloing?
Yeah, man. Who has the fun time of hanging out with Thrall up top? Zeratul?
Dahaka, probably.
But if they have Dahaka in the bottom, in the rotations, then there's a threat of him coming up to top.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I don't like the idea of Zeratul top because more than likely Dream's going Regen Master, and having him in the rotations from mid to bottom just builds those stacks fast.
BTC. We're going to see right now. The countdown has begun. And Cloud9 should have 1 point here. There we go. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Don't forget there is a qualifying match happening on Enverum Stream 2, so get the multi-Twitch out if you want to see if Cognitive will be able to qualify over the plays. One of the matches we were talking about, Zoia said, could potentially be an upset. The plays have been looking pretty good this qualifier.
I'm actually going to refresh the bracket real quick, Gilly. Take a look at what I see. So Vape Nation going up against Psystorm Gaming. The winner of that will play the winner of this set. Mashed Potato Volcano going up against 2Arc. Mashed Potato Volcano Stray Silol's team.
Okay.
Cognitive versus Play is going on. Guster Bust beat Bob Ross Fight Club, and Team Banana going up against Brawls Deep. But guys, we have game number
2.
Let's get started.
Here in the blue is third string with Mig on Lunara, the Drunk Tank playing Murden, Giggles on Rhaegar, Fenrir on Falstad, and Chaos Bear playing Thrall.
On the right-hand side of the map, up 1-0 after a very dominating game number 1, winning in about 9 minutes, I believe. It's going to be Cloud9, iDream on Zeratul, K1 Pro on the Kale Thoss, Dunk Train on Karazim, Arthlon playing Dahaka, and already has the drag onto Murden. Power Slide is there. Gravity Laps follow up, and that's a dead Drunk Train.
Did you even get to introduce everyone?
No, I missed King Caffeine on ETC, and it's Drunk Tank. I call him Drunk Train, which is someone else. Which is a certain member of Cloud9 after winning BlizzCon. But that is not the opponent. That is not the player that went down. That was Drunk Tank.
That's been a fun time for us every time. Okay, now we're going to see who goes up against Thrall in the top lane. Meanwhile, looking at the talents as the members start to rotate between mid to bot. One thing I noticed is we have Mana Addict.
Again, the Gravity Lapse is there. Drunk Tank trying to get out of there. This burst coming out from these 4. And you're right, Gilly. Having Arthlon in the roam squad is already proven wonders with the
drag.
It's really unfortunate having to have Dunk Train top, but
yeah, but if they just keep getting wrecked like this, like it's fine to lose out on that soak in the early game. They've taken out 2 people, nearly a third. iDream's gonna go back. The shrines are active. They don't have to worry about getting a Dragon Knight. They just want to get as many kills as possible, get to 10 fast, and then start wrecking with their heroic abilities.
Bottom shrine being controlled by Cloud9. Third string controlling the top shrine. Let's see here how Cloud9 plans on taking over this top shrine. It looks like they're just going to walk onto it. That seems to be an effective plan. So
generally how you cap points, yes, that's for sure. K1 Pro and King Caffeine collapsing onto the Drunk Tank, but there are a bunch of members here from third string. Kael'thas is going to go down, but Power Slide will save King Caffeine.
Very easy kill on the K1 Pro there, as he was collapsed upon hard. And actually Chaos Bear capping top, so both shrines for the time being going to be controlled here by third string. But they do force them off of it bottom as iDream going to go ahead and cap it. Level 4 almost here for both teams. Cloud9, of course, iDream going to be going for the Vorpal Blade to help 1v1 both the Falstad and the Lunara.
And the cooldown reduction on Gravity Lapse. That Wisp talent. Drunk Tank!
Oh.
Wow. Dang, and Gate getting in the way of Singularity Spike. That Wisp talent is Skybound Wisp. You can fly over obstacles. Mig's wishing that he can fly over obstacles right now because he is in trouble. No Leaping Strike to help out save the day. And all she did was buy some time for her team, but that's okay because her teammate still has the top shrine.
Well, Arthlon getting very low here to Fenrir. iDream here going to be able to zone him out with King Caffeine. The Power Slide is there. The knockback, will the Gravity Lapse connect? Doesn't seem like it even needs to.
Yeah, we slowed by Singularity Spike 4-1 for the kills.
What caused that?
What? What caused what?
There was like a vision, a red vision circle right where I'm looking.
Oh, it's Skybound Wisp.
Oh!
Yeah, when it dies, it reveals an area. And it can fly over obstacles.
Well then.
Normally you take Nimble Wisp for the speed.
Yes. speed and duration, I believe.
I think so, yeah. It's hard to remember because there's 4 at that level. It's hard to remember what each one does, but for sure I know the Skybound one because I think I remember.
I think it's cooldown reduction, maybe.
Oh yeah, no.
No.
Time Lost Wisp is the cooldown reduction.
Yeah, I think we were right the first time.
Yeah.
It confused me. I was like, they don't have 7 yet. They can't have clairvoyance. Farsight, rather.
Right. I think the only reason I am able to remember it really fast too is I'm pretty sure that I've seen this team play with that talent too. Giggles gets hit by the gravity lapse. Dunk Train or iDream is on the chase, kicking Caffeine with a great power slide. Face melts him into the rest of Cloud9, and yet another kill going their way. Level 7 picked up. Lunara will fall. Will they steal these giants, or are they just super content with? It's like they're just happy with kills.
Well, Cloud9 is controlling the map. They're getting lots of kills right now. But because they have the Kerosene top, they're just never going to win top. This is why a good solo laner is important on this map.
Right.
That's why Cloud9 is, despite all the kills, is still struggling to get a Dragonite. But Kerosene is able to hold top for the time being. Will Chaos Bear be able to get on the point in time? And he does. It's going to force the Zeratul to rotate up. Chaos Bear getting very, very low. iDream should be able to clean up this kill very easily, though.
Dunk Train. Good body blocks. Arthalon coming in. Singularity Spike slowing him down, and Arthalon's like, why did you call me up here? I didn't need to be up here.
Gravity misses. Gonna hit a minion instead. Nice juke from Fenrir. Power slide going on the Drunk Tank. I'm gonna call him Murden the rest of the game.
That sounds good.
But yeah, Cloud9, 6-7 kills to 1, 2-level lead, still can't get himself a Dragonite. Drag goes down the Murden, there's the power slide, burst coming out from iDream, Dwarf Toss is there, but King Caffeine in the perfect spot, knowing the calcs on the maximum distance for a Dwarf Toss, and was positioned to body block him the moment he landed. And that's going to be level 10 for Cloud9. Now, Gilly, are we going to see stage dive?
That was a cat! We don't see it, but
what
we
are
see
you doing? I thought we were
Pyroblast.
doing cats.
Yours sounded like an actual cat. Mine was obviously a guitar. Fenrir is obviously dead. But do you see what I see for Kael'thas?
Yeah, Pyroblast.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Wonder who's going to be using it on. At level 13, Lunara probably.
Use it right now!
Rip. I was going to say, at level 13, Lunara going to get greater spell shield to help versus that.
Yes.
Which means she won't be a Pyroblast target, but that's not the case right now.
You know, I think maybe she wanted to go for Giant Killer too with the Wild Vigor pickup. But that's, yeah, you have to get the greater spell shield now for that because that's going to be trouble otherwise. Cloud9 grabs another Dragon Knight, actually their first Dragon Knight of the game with these heroic abilities. I like how you just zoom in on where the death would have been if you miss it.
Dramatic effect.
It's amazing, I like it.
Observing is an art.
Hey, I appreciate you observing. Can
Let
we
me
get some
use
shout
my,
outs for
creative
Zoia,
pick.
the birthday boya, for observing this?
Stop. Hello.
'Cause it is
Level 10
really
finally
amazing.
here for third string. And as iDream feeds someplace that I missed. Not sure
Haymaker.
where it was. Haymaker. Chaos Bear in a lot of trouble. Not going to end up going down though.
I wondered if they were going to get Leaping Strike. I think I remember one team from Dorm doing it, but it must not have been these guys. But they do have the Haymaker. Falstad and Rhaegar are still undecided. They're busy. They're busy taking out bruisers. There's Mighty Gust.
Still no ancestral healing.
Yeah, I really doubt that it's going to be Bloodlust, though.
Yeah, that would be very weird. K1 Pro being collapsed on here with Dunk Train.
Oh my god, it's Bloodlust. Here they go! Let's go! Dunk Train's down, actually palmed, and he's going to be fine. Now Fenrir in trouble, Mighty Gusts away. Fenrir might get taken out there. Yes, the Living Bomb will make sure that that happens, but they do get Kael'thas.
Arthalon going for the chase onto Drunk Tank, doing as much damage as he can. iDream trying to take out Chaos Bear here. The Dwarf Toss is down. VPUs from iDream. Will they be able to get Chaos Bear? And no, he will not. We're going to go ahead and reposition himself. They're going to try and clearing up these knights. So 1-for-1 exchange. Not a bad trade there for third string.
Right. Third string don't have 13 though, and they used the big power play, which was Bloodlust. I love that I was like, surely it's not Bloodlust, and then Bloodlust gets picked. It's like they're listening to me. Just wanted to prove me wrong.
Well, level 12 here finally for third string. Level 14 almost here for Cloud9, still maintaining a level lead. Arthlon not going to end up landing that drag. Dragonite's going to be spawning soon though, Gilly. See where Cloud9 wants to take it. Are they going to go for experience by taking out additional forts? Or are they going to try and go for a quicker end by taking out a keep? But if they do get it, rather. Bottom going over to iDream. Top being contested. Dunk Train in the scary spot. Needs to be very careful as it's 1v2 right now for him.
Third string at least secure one of the shrines, but they lose their giants in the bottom lane, and that is requiring the attention of Falstad. It gives some time for the rotation from Cloud9 to come in. They'd love to be able to pick off some of the members of third string before they get their level 13 talents. Gravity Labs connects the Dunk Train, caught between some members. Bloodlust has been used. There is the Pyroblast, and Mig very low but staying alive. They know the Dunk Train's almost down, but still he's been able to stay alive, and Muradin and Rhaegar get taken out. Should be a Cloud9 time. Oh, iDream.
Oh, the drag goes down on the fall. Sad, no follow-up from his team. Then we're going to end up leaving. Power Slide goes down onto Lunara. King Caffeine taking a lot of damage. There goes the wormhole in, and iDream's going to secure another kill for his team. 3-level lead, 14 kills to 3 in favor of Cloud9, and this is going to be a Dragonite. Zeratul going to be the one inside it, Gilly.
That's really good too, because taking out Lunara means that while the rest of the members who were killed early in that fight are down or up, Lunara is still down for a few more seconds, and they can get set up with more of a push before she can get ready to defend. But she's about to pop up now. They're being pretty slow with this Dragonite, going for the bottom lane and wanting to work on that fort. This is bottom lane's always a nice one to be able to get some damage done to on Dragonshire, because there is always the option of getting 3 mercenary camps and getting a really big push with that. But here comes third string.
Third string doing the best they can to hold this point. Will they be able to clean it up? Muradin taking a lot of damage. Chain Bomb spreading and might take out Drug Tank. Does not end up with a boot from iDream. Fenrir in a lot of trouble. No Red Special to heal him up. iDream not going to be able to kill it, but he cancels the Dragonite to try and secure the kill with the Rending Cleave. Get it, he does. That was an insane play from iDream. He canceled the Dragonite early, blinked in, and the dot from Rending Cleave secured the kill.
Oh my gosh. iDream wrecking, going back in now too. The Void Prison hits 2 members of third string, level 13 to level 16. How will they get out of here? King Caffeine with an amazing power slide mosh pit. 2 more kills.
The cleanse as well, preventing the Sundering from interrupting that as well. Cloud9 showing their synergy as a team here, and they're going to get this front wall down on this bottom keep. And despite those several kills throughout that fight, their level is only 13, so the death timers are very, very low.
Yeah,
but they're still going to go for this keep, Gilly.
18 kills to 3 for Cloud9. They don't have Void Prison, they don't have Mosh Pit, but they still have Pyroblast, Isolation, and Palm. If they get into trouble, the Palm can help them get out. They're going to go back, knowing that everyone is up, lying in wait. Arthlon once again looking for the dragon. Look how they're setting up. They're ready to see if they can hop on someone from that drag. K1 Pro in position to follow up the gravity laps.
Well, Arthlon not getting it. Did he go elongated tongue at 16?
Yes.
Yes. That's the name of the talent, right?
Yes.
Nice. Nailed it. Level 17, level 14 here, guys. 18 kills to 3. Cloud9 so significantly far ahead right now. And the Dragonite is spawning, Gilly, with a level and a half to go till third string is on the same tier as Cloud9. This will be a tough Dragonite to deny.
And with that bottom keep already low, there is the potential if they can get a couple of kills, a couple of key kills to try to end the game with that. For now, they're just setting up, getting ready into their lanes. Dahaka and Zeratul are up top to clear out the bruisers, make sure there's nothing standing in their way of being able to end the game. The shrines will spawn, and all of third string has set up residence in this bottom lane.
Well, bottom shrine going over to third string. Top shrine being controlled by Arthlon. We'll have to see if his burrow is up, if he can join his team there. Power slide goes down. Gravilat's hitting only Thrall. Mighty Gust has been used. No damage on the end of Cloud9. Zeratul looking for the flank. Dahaka comes in. It's Bloodlust being popped, and Thrall can be the first to fall in this fight.
Lunara doing what she can with that Bloodlust. Dunk Train, though, he gets taken out, or so it seems, but he has a great Divine Palm and stays in the fight. Falstad Muradin, Lunara, insta-deaths, Rhaegar goes down. I said a few key deaths, and they took that as an entire team wipe. And there is a keep right for the taking. They're already setting up. We'll make quick work of this and head to the core.
Yeah, this is going to be it, guys. Level 18, almost 19 here. No one to stop this for 8 seconds. Sundering is up, but I don't think it matters. GG's come out, Gilly, as that's going to be a hit. 2-0 win here for Cloud9.
The Kael'thas was crazy. Like, everyone was very on point, amazing on point. We saw great cleanses, we saw great void prisons, we saw that crazy cancellation of the Dragon Knight for iDream. The drags, the ETCs, the mosh pits were crazy, the drags were great. That was great from Cloud9, just all around. Every single player having some awesome plays, but man, Kael'thas was incredibly difficult for third string to deal with. Just the damage was unreal.
Yeah, really, really well done. I mean, Cloud9 showing a lot of synergy there. Was a fantastic set, guys. We're going to go a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll have an update on what we're doing. We might come back for a brief. Yeah, we're going to go break. See you guys.